Hello, my dears. Did you miss me? I did. And while I was gone, you missed a lot of auto news. Let's go. New Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. Corvette has been produced since 1953 and it is the most recognizable car of the Chevrolet brand. The engineers did not follow the green agenda and made the car B-turbo V8 5.5 liter with a flat crankshaft, 1079 horsepower, and with a torque of 1121. In the modern world, this is a challenge. This is very cool. When other manufacturers are trying to complete cars with an internal combustion engine, Chevrolet still doing best. For example, Dodge does not plan to produce the Challenger anymore with the internal combustion engine. The next model will be fully electric. I have nothing against progress. I like some electric cars. But when they impose on me that is a more environmentally friendly, I start shaking. Production of batteries, their disposal, electricity productions, all this is not very environmentally friendly. In a closed world, when electricity is just like that and batteries never degrade, do not fail, here yes, an electric car is more environmentally friendly. But alas, we don't live in the world with the pink unicorns. They will push you to what is more profitable for the manufacturers, and they will tell you how good it is. I got distracted. It's a ZR1 version that will receive carbon brakes. The hood will have a large air duct to remove heat air from the intercooler, 8-speed gearbox with dual clutch. The car began to look even more sporty. The car will be available for purchase only next year, and they showed the sport cars only because it is inconvenient to test it in camouflage. Of course, we believe. In any case, we are waiting. I hope that by that time I will already be doing reviews not only on news but also on cars. If so, I will definitely do a review of this car. And you can help me with this. Subscribe to the channel and press like for this video. Thank you. New Dodge Attitude, Chinese Werewolf. You all know what the Dodge Attitude looks like. Previously the car was built on the Mitsubishi Mirage platform, but now the car will be completely different. It will become larger in size, more powerful and more expensive. The new Attitude will be a Chinese car GAG Tramchi Impo, which has been produced since 2021. Of course, the new Dodge will not look exactly like the Chinese car. There will be external changes, for example, different radiator grille, and most likely the car will have a lot of modern assistance. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, road sign recognitions. In Chinese car, this is already considered the norm. The engine will probably also be from Impo turbo 4-cylinder 1.5 liter 170 horsepower. It is unknown what kind of gearbox will be used. Still, maybe they will leave a 7-speed robot transmission with 2 clutches, or maybe they will install a 6-speed automatic transmission. In the previous Attitude, there was a 3-cylinder engine 1.2 liters and 76 horsepower with a 5-speed automatic transmission or CVT. The new car should go on sale soon. And look how the Chinese are starting to capture other markets on other continents. In theory, this car should only be sold in Mexico. But what will happen if the Chinese start building factories here? Local brands will have to think about how to win this war. Because remember how Japanese car appeared in the USA. At first, no one perceived it as a threat. And now a lot of Japanese and Korean cars are driving on US roads. I don't say it's bad, I just how its market work. In any case, it is interesting. We'll see what comes of it. And I definitely share this information with you. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. Volkswagen and Rivian are now friends. As I told you before, Volkswagen is not in very good position right now. A lot of money and effort was put into the electric future, and the sales show not everything is going well, and people are already saturated with electric cars. Many manufacturers wanted to switch to fully electric cars in 2030, but money as always solves problems. I want to note that such problems are not only with Volkswagen, but also with other cars brands. And in order to somehow get out of this crisis, Volkswagen is now spending a lot of money to find the best electric and digital platform. I recently told you that now Volkswagen, in order to remain competitive in the Chinese market, has signed a contract with a Chinese startup Xpeng to use their innovation architecture and build cars together with Xpeng. In theory, the car will be 30% cheaper to produce and 40% faster to build. But as usual, something can always go wrong, probably not in this situation. In the US market, Rivian has a sizable share in the sale of its autos. Plus, the company has a contract with Amazon, so the company already has a large order for autos. And even if sales to the public drop, they may not feel it much. Volkswagen has problem not only in the electrical architecture, but also in the software. It's a more difficult part for Volkswagen. And Rivian has no problem with this. Although it is a startup, they manage to sell cars better, but the company has a small financial problem. For the first quarter of 2024, the company's loss was almost $1.5 billion. So it was difficult to refuse $5 billion. Yeah, that's how much Volkswagen will pay Rivian. After the first transfer of money, Rivian will give access to its current architecture and Volkswagen will try to add it to its cars. I understand that Volkswagen now needs to make a choice: either develop electric cars as much as possible or freeze them. But so much money has already been spent that it's difficult to turn in other direction. Even if they manage to add a new architecture and everything works out well, the market shows that demand for electric cars is failing. Will they be able to start selling in such situations? I don't think so, but it is very interesting. We will follow the news. New Kia K8. Do you know this car by the name Cadenza? And if you forgot, the car looks like this. This car is considered the top of the Kia. That is it's an expensive Kia. It is hard to imagine these two words in one sentence. My brain is not ready for this yet. But the Koreans have their own way. And perhaps sometime in the future we'll be more relaxed about news about expensive Kia cars, okay? Maybe I'm exaggerating a little, but I have questions for you. What would you buy for yourself? BMW, Audi, Mercedes or Kia? Type and comment. K8 sales dropping too, and you know does Kia? Are you interested? They are releasing a new K8, I have no idea. The design is very futuristic. LED headlights, but it looks like a Cadillac. headlights, but you look at that grille, how little things like that changes the look. It is a smooth shape, almost no curves, bends. I really like it. But this is a designer car. The engine are the same. We'll talk about them a little bit later. The only things I don't like is they haven't changed the taillights. I understand corporate style and all that, but from behind the cars look simple. That's just my opinion. By the way, you can write your opinion in the comments. The interior of the car is very laconic, nothing superfluous. This design reminds me of Audi design, nothing distract from driving the car. I like how they have made a center armrest. It is a pleasure to see such interior, but I cannot tell much. I just like it. I like just simple, simple design for me is better. Let's get back to the engines. The company left the same engines that were already there. This is a 4-cylinder 2.5 liters 198 horsepower and V6 3.5 liters with 300 horsepower. And with the V6 engine, all-wheel drive is already available. These engines are reliable only if you take care of them. What's mean? Change the oil on time, fill up with a good fuel, no overheat engine, otherwise the engine's resource will be short. And so I often say that electric cars manufacturers only change the appearance, but under the hood, the cars are the same. And look, that's exactly what Kia did now. Have they really reached the limit of their engines? Or can't they really offer something new? Or do they just want to make money on what already exists? And if everyone starts buying electric cars, they will direct all their money there. Interesting. I can praise Kia for the design, but I can't praise them for not doing anything new with their engines. Volvo stays with the internal combustion engines. Here is another piece of news about how manufacturers have been too hasty in their predictions to switch to fully electric cars by 2030. Swedish company Volvo Cars, which belong to the Chinese holding Geely, see how everything is changing now. So, American Volvo dealers say that they will not be able to survive if they sell only electric cars. Strange. But what about the bright future without harmful emissions? Do people really not want to live in a clean world? Less diseases because of the environment. It is all somehow strange, don't you think? So in 2021, Volvo Cars announced that by 2030 they will completely abandon cars with an internal combustion engine and they will produce only electric cars. But what happened? The market always shows what is needed now and what is not needed. People vote with their dollars. And no matter how much cars manufacturers try to impose their correct opinion, people ultimately buy what they want. Look, from January to June of this year, Volvo sold 388,000 cars in the whole world. This number includes 90,000 electric cars and 88,000 hybrids. And for understanding, 80 cars, electric cars, were sold in the USA, 2,100 electric cars in China, everything else in Europe. And in June, in the USA, at the Volvo plant in South Carolina, the productions of the large electric SUV Volvo EX90 began. And you can imagine that horror experience by the company bosses when they look at the number of cars sold. I am sure that they expected completely different numbers. And now, finally, they have begun to understand that the transition should not be abrupt, but gradual. People should get used to it, and therefore, most likely, they will begin to supplement their line of cars with the hybrid cars. This will be the right decision. So let's wish good luck to Volvo, and I hope that we will still be able to enjoy cars with internal combustion engine. So guys, this is all news for today. I say thank you for everyone who watched this video, who types comments, who subscribe on my channel. See you very soon. Bye.